But suddenly we realized that even you pour ocean of medicine, it is not going to change health of people until or unless we are not addressing other issues affecting directly or indirectly their life. That may be poverty, gender discrimination, many things in the community. So that actually led to a foundation of comprehensive integrated rural development program of C.O.R.D. So we consistently, almost say from 85 to 2003, it was only happening in Siddhapadi. So with those experiences, I mean, many people keep on approaching Puja Guruji, Didi, that why not to take this to other parts of the country? We have, I mean, it's over 65% of country is rural. So whatever resources we had, whatever great support we have from people across our Chinmaya family, across the globe. So in 2003, C.O.R.D. was launched. Earlier it was known as Chinmaya Rural Primary Healthcare and Training Center, which was offshoot of Chinmaya Tapon Trust in Siddhapadi. So with that it was started, and how we can upscale this and replicate the similar model with local adaptation in other parts of the country. That was the idea. C.O.R.D. was initiated in 2003. So next. So this is what the vision of C.O.R.D. is. Harness human resources, enable poor to transform their lives through the program, driven by themselves. This is a key thing, where people are active participant in the process. Yeah, sure. So any one of the issues you are looking here are basically, it acts as an entry point activity. Any person, it's like, one woman walking with 2-3 children, malnourished, she herself is malnourished. So when doctors or health people guiding her that, okay, why don't you take care of yourself, eat good, this and that. Few people used to listen these advices, very great instructions, go back home. Few used to narrate their stories. Like, oh, I have other 2 kids to take care of, I have my in-laws to take care of, I have nothing to eat at home, my husband is alcoholic, violence happening at home, I mean, its rooftop is leaking in rainy season. So these were the issues. I mean, they are coming for health, but they are talking about other issues. So we started working comprehensively on all issues, that how we can go about it. So what is the theory of change in C.O.R.D. basically is organizing people in community-based organization. There are women groups, within women groups, because money is a key thing in empowerment as well. And women feel more confident in rural areas if they have cash in hand. Because then they need not to wait for an alcoholic husband to come and even provide food for their children. So that's how we started the microcredit program, which is like, I'll be sharing about that. And we are working on all these issues through people organized in community-based organizations. Yeah, so, but this is a development difference, we call it, because it's, as I mentioned, that it's a great opportunity for both the sevak and the recipient to get benefit out of the process work of C.O.R.D. So these are the core 4 principle and strategy. I call it, for our team to easily remember, PISNA principle. P stands for active participation of people. I stand for integrating all issues of their life. S stands for sustainability, ensuring sustainability from first intervention, so that people are going to move on their own. And networking, because we are not existing in vacuum, we all are connected to each other, and how we can, in terms of system, processes, already existing services, how we can connect each other amongst people and various stakeholders who are working. And that we do through community-based organization. Next. So this is C.O.R.D. acts as a trunk in the beginning for various programs, and slowly, next, community take it over. So that's the idea. So that's a empowering development concept of C.O.R.D. So this is actually a process. I hope you're aware about what we have Panchayati Raj system in India, where government is also decentralizing in terms of function, empowering functionaries at the ground level. And this is a unit of local self-governance at the grassroots level. And it's like all somewhere around 15 departments working in country, majority of them, they are like working parallel to each other. There is no convergence. If you are working in health, you cannot talk of water. If you are working in water, you cannot talk of livelihood. If you are working in livelihood, you cannot, your hands are tied. So resources are limited. So that way people are not able to actually move in this. So this is how we organize people into community-based organization in this, we call hamlets or wards or villages you can call. and then organize them to actively participate in the process of local self-governance at the panchayat level, so they are active participants. I'm talking about the ideal situation. It's not that we have achieved it. We are in process, how we are working. Like in 38 panchayat, we are able to create some as a model, and somewhere around 225 panchayat in Himachal Pradesh we are working, and around 80 panchayat in Odisha and Tamil Nadu also we are working through this work. Thanks. And I mean, we have, like in country, elected representative, we call member of parliament. At state level, we are member of legislative assembly. And the local level, we have these people known as elected representative in Panchayati Raj institution. That's a 3-tier system. Panchayat level, middle tier is block smithy level, and then district level. So that's a more decentralized model of governance and development in the country. But I mean, it's like MPs total somewhere around 800, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, MLA say around 5,000 plus. So 6,000 people actually decide the fate of 1.2 billion population. But this is a more decentralized model. And how many these representatives are? Almost 3 million. And 1.2 million are women in that. It may be because of reservation and all, they are pushed in that, but it's a huge opportunity for building leadership at the grassroots level. And that's the area where C.O.R.D is tapping and working on. So slowly, it was started with 5-6 villages in Himachal Pradesh. We are in around 550 villages in Himachal Pradesh, and through 2 centers in Odisha and Tamil Nadu, we are reaching around another 120 villages. And in Andhra Pradesh, we have Kaja, one orphanage home for 116 girls there, and reaching out directly to 500,000 beneficiaries. So these are I'll be touching through each slide just to give you a glimpse of each program component. I mean, each program component has its own vertical and horizontal dimensions. A lot of nitty-gritty is there, a lot of leadership, capacity building, community facilitation, many things happening there under each program. So women group is program where we work to build up organize women into women groups and build their leadership capacity. So we conduct even different grading. We call this group is in A grade, this is in B grade, as per their capacity and leadership which they exhibit in the by their participation in the various processes in the village level development. Next. This self-help group for microcredit. This is interesting. We organized women alone in Himachal Pradesh. I'm just sharing one example. It's 24,000 women in 1,600 self-help groups. They have very strong program with 111 bank branches of various national, regional, local, rural, cooperative banks, and almost 30 crore rupees. 5 crore is their own saving, 25 crore is with 100% repayment consistently for 14 years. Even banks really beg in front of C.O.R.D, I can say that give linkages of these groups to us. So that's how, I mean, such a huge network. And through this program, NABARD has National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which is Apex Bank in country for development. So they have chosen us as a resource center to train people, bankers, NGO leaders, various organizations. So government is nominating people from 5 states of northern India to us. So we have trained over 38,000 people from our center in Sidabadi for the nation. This is a youth club and farmers group. So it's like a lot of migration happening from rural India to urban India, and we all know that it's searching for job. Majority of youth, we have graduates and postgraduate, unemployable. I mean, huge gap in terms of soft skills and all. So and agriculture is backbone, and again that is dying because of many stupid policy of government. So there's a lot of work required, a lot of advocacy work is required, a lot of practical hands-on work required at the ground level where we are working. But again, through building their institution, we call Purush Evam Kisan Club. This is adolescent girl group. Adolescent issues are very different. And I mean, in rural areas, adolescent girls are not even, they will not be able to speak to you. So you have to build up their capacity, bring them to certain forum where we can work with them. So this is an adolescent girl group, how we facilitate. And every year, like we have Bal Vihar, so these adolescent girls are coming, graduating 1, 2, 3 years in this group, and then whatever they want to do in their life, they move ahead. Bal Vihar also, but we have not that organized Bal Vihar as you have. I really admire all Bal Vihar and Chinmaya Yuva Kendras which we have. And we try to learn something out of that and translate that to the rural youth so that they are also benefited out of that process. So we had Balwadi program in the country, but slowly we closed it in 2007. The reason being, Government of India, because of Supreme Court ruling, they started the Anganwadi program. So each village will have their Anganwadi. Whether it's working well or not, that's a different story. So idea of C.O.R.D is also not to duplicate services. It's like supplementing and complementing already existing efforts of God. So we are not doing something parallel because we have limitation of resources, we have limitation of manpower, and we cannot, stand in front of government nowhere. But we can create certain scalable and viable projects at the local level, we can prove it, and when we are across the table with them and we can say that, okay, this is what we have tried, why don't you assimilate this learning and do it? And we are able to do that a lot. So many things are in India changing. You talk of Right to Information Act, you talk of many other things which are coming there, all are given by civil society organization who are doing something at the ground level. Yeah. Then again focus program are there, but we are doing very small initiative like, it's interesting to share this story. Once I was just traveling, although it's over 25,000 toilet unit we facilitated people to construct without giving money. They are taking loan from the microcredit groups, constructing these toilets, but we are giving them the local useful technology. Like you have probably seen on Indian roads, like charcoal drums lying, and they are kind of waste, once the road is constructed and all. So one day I was traveling in bus in 2004. So government was giving thrust to total sanitation campaign in India, so that making all villages open defecation free and all. So I just clicked this idea while I was in bus. I was visiting one field. So idea was like these drums, if we can use, inside is charcoal, outside if we put some paint, and we can dig pit, so you will save the wall cost, and dig some holes from inside out, so mud will not flow to in, and this will act as a soakage pit. And this was hit model like anything, and we even department had no charcoal drums, people were searching for charcoal drums. So this was a model which somewhere in 6,000 rupees you can have your own twin pit toilet model in your house. So that's how we do small interventions and then share it further and help people to go ahead. Next. And we have health services. We have health services in C.O.R.D. Shiruvani. We have in C.O.R.D. Deoldia Center also. So we have any poor people who are around in that area. So we are catering need of those people, but more working on preventive and community health issues. This is closer to my heart. Being an occupational therapist, I started working in this program when they were in Sidhbari. So this program is catching up in our C.O.R.D. Tamre Pagam Center as well. This is organizing person with disability. Disability is a big stigma, you know that, in India, and even mother giving birth to a disabled child is blamed for that. In the family, she is discriminated for that. So creating awareness, and it's like World Disability Day we used to celebrate. Now in 2005, Government of Himachal Pradesh took it as a state program. So that's how the small things we do. We invite all stakeholders, all these deputy commissioners, secretaries and all, and now they are doing it. So that's how we link it to the government system. And yeah, just hold on please. Even new legislation coming in the country, so we are working very close with National Disability Network, and we pushed government to ratify UN Convention in 3 months period, so that we can come up with a new legislation in the country for rights of persons with disabilities. And how beneficiary turns into a resource person, that you will be, I love that, where this Rural Disability Forum came up with 51,000 donation to C.O.R.D. Training Center Sidhbari for construction. So imagine the rural disabled person, they are coming forward. So that much faith. One person with muscular dystrophy making paper envelopes, he gave 1,100 rupees, and I was feeling to whether I should take it or not. It was such it really touched my heart. So this is a ownership, how it is on, the program is owned by the beneficiary now. Next. Farm and allied sector, we are working with 10,000 farmers and doing small things again, like system of rice intensification, where in the same patch of land you have less water is required, less amount of seed is required, and you have production 60% increase that we tried with 4,000 farmers successfully. It's tested and approved by universities, agriculture university, and we are scaling it further. Recently, we collaborated with Ministry of Rural Development for one agriculture program where, women are most of the time working in agriculture. But they are seen as a laborer, not because the male population will go for selling and money in their hand. So we are going to focus as a model 2,500 women farmer for over a period of 3 years that we are going to do with Ministry of Rural Development, and this so that we can create their institution and make them as a visible right from what they want to sow in the field to marketing their produce. There are different activities: poultry, mushroom, beekeeping, dairy. These are the different activities. Go ahead. Non-farm sector, where skill-based work, sewing, weaving, knitting, food products, so that they can generate supplementary income through these various skill-based activities. Go ahead. So these are the self-help group outlets, Gurudhara and Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa, we started one training program with C.O.R.D, and it is the outcome of those trainers were there. They formed one association and producing the different sewing products. Gurudhara is an outlet for 20,000 women, where whatever product they are producing, so it is an outlet for them. They walk in and they sell it from that. So it's again a self-help group outlet facilitated by C.O.R.D. Next. Social justice, you talk of gender violence, domestic violence at home, all issues, it's over 800 cases, 580 resolved. It's like cases are not going to police now, they are coming to court. Even the DIG of police once said that why they are coming to you, so they are sending their police authorities to sit and so that we can mediate and resolve cases there. Next. And Kshamadi is also a member in various forums, including Lok Adalat to resolve, or the fast track court where she helps to resolve this. Panchayati Raj institution, which I shared with you, I will not talk more on this because this is in detail that how much elected representative we have and how we can make people to participate in process of local self-governance. Natural resource management. Small intervention we did we call it chopper system. So rainwater harvesting, and this person gave us the most useless land for demonstration, and we just asked him, okay, you throw some watermelon seed. This is in Odisha we tried it. And in a period of 1 year he sold 1 lakh rupees watermelon. He himself was transformed and was model for many more people. Next. Functional literacy. This is completely owned by. We have a pool of people who are volunteers. They are now, if anybody who is deprived of opportunity for education, so we have those community groups and they are teaching there as volunteer. Earlier we had self for this. Computer literacy and English speaking, that's like soft skill development part that we focus because that's required in rural areas for the youth especially, including person with disability. Education, we are working, it's C.O.R.D's idea I think is not to open school. The Chinmaya Mission has a full education cell. Its idea is to make people to participate in those village education committee and how we can work towards the qualitative education. Improving aspects of if teachers are not coming, how parents can hold them accountable. This is an orphanage in Kaza, where Dr. Sumati and Dr. Apparao, who is one of our trustee as well, and in C.O.R.D USA is a board member. So they are running this orphanage for 116 girls. Next. And how we can take up this experiential learning? So we are conducting trainings. Training is an essential component. It's like training includes right from training a person to write a simple application, what content they want to communicate. It's over 400 volunteers and interns from different universities across the globe or from our Chinmaya families. They are visiting, they are coming, serving from a week duration to 3 months, and we have very few, but they are, we call them crest and crown of volunteership. They who incredibly contributed to our work. This is the C.O.R.D Sri Lanka was started. Puja Guruji started in 2005 after tsunami in Sri Lanka. So Gauri is there who is taking care of this program there. And Kshamadi also visited this. In fact, 2010, I had opportunity to visit there as well. And Jaffna, Batiklo, Ramboda areas. Next. C.O.R.D USA in 2009. Shubhaji will be talking more about this, sharing more about with you on this. Next. So we work with different centers of Chinmaya Mission. They are great support in many ways. Individual donors and few corporates coming forward. Development agencies including Canadian International Development Agency, USAID, C.O.R.D, NABARD, and other government and other foundations, and many academic and research institutes. Like recently, for past 4 days, I was in Kelly School of Business in Indiana University, where they are helping us a small business model in vermicompost and all. So how now we are planning to scale it up. This all purple is most backward area in the country. You can see that. Idea is, next please. Guruji gave name Chinmaya Sevak Prachikshan, so that it's like a brahmachari Vedanta course. It's going to be 1 year. We are going to identify young youth from the rural areas who have heart and passion to serve, and minimum qualification, say graduates or 12th, and they want to serve back. So 1 year training we will give them in Siddhabadi, and further we will scale it up to other parts in the country, like in local language, regional language, Odia, Tamil. So that we are planning in future, but we are focusing on that. We have first batch ongoing of 6 people, and this is how then C.O.R.D will be doing 5 to 6 years of hand holding with this youth in those areas. So that's how the expansion plan is there. Next. So how we can conduct training. So this is a small piece of land we have taken there, because we have without any infrastructure there. So it's like many people ask 3 trainings they are asking, we have to say no to 2. So, and it was a nursing training center, so we changed it into accommodation. So all rooms we made offices, or where we can make people to stay for the time being. So that's how we are working. So this is first phase. Next, the first phase of this program is coming up, and we were able to raise in past 3 years funds for this, and we just need more 380,000 more US dollar to make it happen, so that we can full-fledged we can run this program to reach out many more people in rural parts of the country. Next, this is our C.O.R.D board, where different members, with the blessings of Puja Swamiji, we all are working to strengthen this work, and that's a great support. And the different teams we have, like in Odisha, we have Swami Kevlananji and Dr. Saroj Balarath is there. In Swami Kevlananji in Latikata Center, Dr. Saroj Balarath, earlier Swami Niruttananji was there. So she is in Deoldia Center. Dr. Meera Krishna is in Shiruvani. Kananji is in Tamrepakam in Chennai. Andhra Pradesh, we have Dr. Sumati ji, who is this orphanage, and we have, because in 2003 we are registered in Delhi, so we have head office in Delhi, where Mona is the person who is coordinating. So how we work to build this grassroots people movement to work in rural areas. Next, this is just to show you Kshamadi as well, because few of you had opportunity to meet or not. Next, yeah. I mean, she is the one who is direct in action. So whatever we are, so it's because of you. I offer this as our humble gratitude at Lotus Feast of Puja Gurudev and Puja Swamiji, and thank you so much for patience.
Hari Om. Hari Om. My name is Shubha Verma Patil, and my love affair with the C.O.R.D started when in 2001, before it was C.O.R.D, I wandered into the Siddhabadi place, and that was right before the 50th anniversary celebration that was happening in Mumbai. So there was nobody there because everybody was preparing for that. So I walked around, and there was a clinic and everything. Myself, my husband, and my Gautam, as a little child at the time, went there and saw the work that they do, and I fell in love with it. And I came back, and I couldn't stop talking about it. And I started organizing walkathons, and I started talking about it. And then in 2003, when C.O.R.D was formed, I was very happy, so I have a name to talk about. And in 2009, when C.O.R.D USA was formed, Guruji asked me to be part of the board, and I was ecstatic, because this is very close to my heart. You all listen, sit down and listen to the Vedanta talk. And how do you put it in action? Without this compassion, without reaching out to the other people, Vedanta has no legs to stand up on. So this is very key to you, and this is close to my heart, and I was very happy and thankful that I got this opportunity. So, this is interesting. What happened? Anything? So, C.O.R.D. USA looks at the key component. Let's look at the C.O.R.D. by John D. Rockefeller. You all know who he is. He was an oil magnate way back in the 1800 and early 1900. He single-handedly put together this charity system that US has right now, so organized way of giving, and he is part of a lot of foundation. So his money is still giving, even though he passed on in the early 1900. He said, charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. What does that mean? There is a difference between a handout and a hand up. In handout is you walking around and somebody asks for some money and you throw it or give a piece of bread to it. In hand up is giving them a hand up so that they can do something for themselves and get better. So C.O.R.D. USA also believes in sustainability. So wherever we work in the local or in US or in India or in Sri Lanka, we concentrate on the sustainability aspect of it. So C.O.R.D. USA came into existence in 2009. Our charter is to bring awareness for the work C.O.R.D. does. I visited all the centers of C.O.R.D. in India and Sri Lanka. And in May, right in the middle of thick summer, I was in Odisha. It felt like 1,000 degrees. And I was there, and there was no electricity, all right? Electricity just goes out and it never comes back. Slowly, see, I'm a geek. Like he said, I pulled Guruji into the online world, and that's where I am. And without these gadgets, I feel lost. And slowly my computer ran out of power, my iPhone never worked, and then slowly my Kindle died. I had nothing to read. I had no real novel that I had, and I was looking around, what am I supposed to do? And Dr. Raj told me, welcome to the reality. So, and then I said, call somebody, do something. Call who? There is nobody to call. It was interesting. So this, I went there, and then in December I was in Sri Lanka. Just now I came back, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that the people after the Civil War, they are treated less than a stray dog. They, when you give out a candy to a child, there is no joy in his face. It's just, everything is just dead. You really need to give a hand out to them and hand up to them so that they can start enjoying life as a human being, nothing more. So now C.O.R.D. USA started in 2009 as a secular humanitarian organization that appeals to the community at large. Secular because a lot of religious organizations are not matched by the corporations. Like I know Texas Instrument does not match a religious organization, and that's one of the biggest employers here. So you are giving $100 check. That $100 that gets matched by Texas is left on the table if you are giving that money to Chinmaya Mission for a purpose of a humanitarian. So all your Bhutanese refugees programs and all that you put the money to, if you put it through C.O.R.D., which is a known entity, 501c3, we file 990, you get that extra $100 that gets matched by the corporation. So that's very important. We get a lot of matching from the, Microsoft, for example, does not match any religious organizations. So, and you can work on the social programs. In Portland, we have a transition projects where we go and work with people who just went homeless, don't know a way to get around back to the system. There is a program called Transition Projects. where they're given 2 months' time to get some freshen up the skill sets and a place to stay. And they're drug tested and all that. In that 2 months, they're supposed to show progress and get back into their life. So there is a kitchen that runs there, industry-sized kitchen. So we go there once in a quarter and cook a full Indian meal for them. And you cannot imagine the joy that they have, because they don't usually get Indian food. And then they come back and say, oh my God, this is good. I've never had such good. So next quarter we go, there are different people because they get circulated. It's an amazing feeling. So that we run through C.O.R.D. so that when somebody is donating, that gets matched to the corporation and everything. Now, how can you help? Pranav was sitting here, now Pranav's dad is there. We have a service visit every year by C.O.R.D USA. We pick some selected students from the high school and we send them to a particular center in C.O.R.D India or Sri Lanka. And then they get to experience firsthand. Last time at Narendra's place, Siddhabari, they were building toilets. Really, these high school kids. And in Khaza, they were teaching these orphanage children how to, English and math and all that, and they're working with the organizing. The children don't know how to organize the library, these kids went and organized it and everything. So they firsthand they go experience and do the work, and they come back and they can't stop talking about C.O.R.D. A child from San Diego, I think in 2010, he went to Khaza, and the kid came back and the boy cannot stop talking about it. He just went on talking about it, He went to University of California, Southern California, and he started a student board in their C.O.R.D board. We have a C.O.R.D USA board in UCSD because of him. And we have a student board in American University because of another girl. So we have 5 different universities with the student board of director who handle the outreach of C.O.R.D, and then they organize a trip to one of the centers. Because they are over 18, we are a little bit more hands-off, but we still need to do some of the release forms and everything through C.O.R.D USA. So we do that and we take them. And it's amazing, we just got to Globe Med last year. That's a all national organization USA, and we are this year working with Boston College. They 5 different kids are going to C.O.R.D Sirivani through that, and they're all American kids. And they're, now researching the toilet, how to build a toilet and all that. So it's interesting how much interest the C.O.R.D builds, and it's so mainstream, easy to get mainstream. And actually, I would request one day, Pranav, if you can request Pranav to come and discuss his experience of how he spent the time there and all that. That would be wonderful for you all to know. And now, C.O.R.D enthusiasts, that includes you also. Anybody we have a news blog every quarter, it comes out, it goes to all the centers. Please make sure it comes down to the members everywhere. And that's where we advertise the service visits. Service visits, when we advertise, it can be applied for your college credits also. So it's very popular. We open it today, in 2 weeks it's filled. Okay, so it's very important that you be on it, so that the moment we get the application, you can put it in and all that. And there is a selection process. It's not like it's guaranteed the child will go once you apply. So if you as a parent or an enthusiast, you can sign up to receive those news blogs and read we have a website, read what is happening. It's very up to date. And then we have a Facebook. And how can you function today without a Twitter? We have that also. So, do the actions also. There is a lot of walkathons and all that. I'll quickly go through the website. How am I doing with time? 8 minutes. Okay. So now let me sit down here so I can show you the website, how you can donate. It's very easily set up. So this is our website, C.O.R.D. USA website. And here there is a ways to donate, okay? And you can go to online donation, and here you can choose to donate online, and you can even choose. So you heard about Narendra's appeal about the C.O.R.D. at Siddhabari Training Center. You want to donate to that cause. You can go to C.O.R.D. Siddhabari right here and donate here. It will get tagged with C.O.R.D. Siddhabari there. And we at the other end, Vijaya is our treasurer, Vijaya Charukuri. She tags it for C.O.R.D. Siddhabari, and that money will, we honor the donor's wish. If the donor wants to send it to Siddhabari, we will not move it to somewhere else. So, or you can just send it to the general bucket, and Puja Guruji decides where the need is and then allocates it. So all the needs are given to us at the beginning of the year. So I know the Siddhabari Training Center, the second phase is big, they need money. And I also know that Siruvani bought a property, they have to build. They're the only ones without a property, so they are building it. They have the need for that. And then I also know that in C.O.R.D. Sri Lanka, in Kilinochi, they have no place to have the women, the war victims, wives and all that come and stay so that they can get some training. So they need it. So I have an overview of what is happening and all that. A couple of years back, we raised money at Chinmaya Saaket Portland, about 22K, and we sent it to Latikata to buy a vehicle because they had no vehicle good vehicle to travel. So these, you can donate to a particular cause. You have a birthday coming up, you want to donate for a cause, you can certainly do that. And then, of course, mail in your donation, the normal way, old-fashioned checks way. And then the legacy giving. I want to talk to you about that. In 1996, I was right after graduation. I was going to India to see my grandmother. She was ailing, and I was alone. And in the flight, there was an air gutter. You probably experienced it. There is a free fall for a little bit, and then you survive. And then that free fall, there was scream everywhere, and there was food falling everywhere, and all that. And the thought that came to my mind was, oh, I have no will. And guess what? When I came back, that's the first thing I did. So you have been working really hard. You came to this country, you've been working really hard so that you can have a good life and you can pass something on to your child. It's not automatically going to your child's pocket if something happens to you today. The government decides what to do with your money. So you better have a will, and you better write down where your money should be. Otherwise, the government decides where your legacy is going to be. That's not a good deal. So go back, write your will, and think about writing something, some percentage to a good organization like C.O.R.D. so that your legacy will live on. You can keep giving to this wonderful cause that people like Narendra can keep on working. They have hands-on working there. We need to help them. And then donate when you shop. You all shop at Amazon and whatnot, and you go through this jatna, and then you choose where there is Amazon and everything will show up here. I don't know why it's not showing up here. And you choose on Amazon, a percentage of 2%, 3% goes to C.O.R.D. automatically. And it's not coming out of your pocket. You're paying the $26 that you wanted to pay. But that cut that goes to the Amazon gets a percentage out of that to C.O.R.D. Painless, very painless. So please go to the website and go through that, and every time you shop at Amazon, Staples, there's a lot of places there. And then donate your vehicle. Your child went through college and now he has a clunker in the garage taking a space. Or that trailer that you wanted to get rid of. Or that boat that you don't use anymore. So then go through this site and then choose C.O.R.D as the beneficiary. They'll take your vehicle, tow it if needed, and a percentage goes to C.O.R.D. How easy can it be? See? And then host a fundraising event. Okay, now you are doing a walkathon, I heard all about it. There is already a recipe here, walkathons. We have, including how to conduct a press conference for your walkathon, how with the pledge forms, everything. I've been doing it since 2001. So I created these templates, and Sneha Chakrabarti in Canada, she has been doing it. So we put our heads together, we created pledge forms, and everything is updated right there. So all you need to go there, download the presentation, the whole spiel, everything, and then have one of your high school students run it. That's what I do. In our center, we've been doing it since 2001. I just give it to one of the high school students. He runs it. He collects the pledges, he brings it back, or she brings it back, and they tally it, everything. So that builds leadership skills. And then Bhutanese Refugees Empowerment Program, there is something called Penny Wars happening right now. There you go. And then the service visit. This is, I told you, every summer, or this time it's going to be winter, and it's going to be 2 places. I cannot say more than that because I have to announce it to everybody at the same time. It's unfair otherwise. And then a read-a-thon. Every summer, you want your child to read. And have your child's aunt, uncle, everybody to pledge some money to go to C.O.R.D. And the children loves it. They come back with the $20, $70. One of them brought me $360. So much reading, eh? And he was so happy. And I asked him, where do you want the money to go? And he thought and said, I want this to go to a disabled child. So I tagged it to Siddhbari and I wrote it there, disabled child. So it's amazing what they can do. So please work on it, and please work with your child. It builds leadership skills, and you reach out. This is Vedanta in action. I hope you all will go back and do your part, and I'm just an email away. So my email is very simple. I think I can show it. And it's shubha@courdusa.org. And well, let's talk about C.O.R.D. C.O.R.D is very much mainstream, okay? And they have received so many accolades that I don't want to go through it. And I know my time is up. That's my details, and Venu will know. Please contact me if you have any questions. Hope it was information.
Yes.